I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming tonight. Our first guest is Cynthia Scales with the Lions Club.
Hello. Thanks for having me. So thank you, Mayor Hyde and the members of the Village Board. My name is Cindy Scales, as you said. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Lions Club. The Lions Club has been supporting the community for over 70 years. In the most recent years by supporting local food pantries, the TI backpack program, providing scholarships for TI graduates, and donating to the Sons of the Legion for their Christmas drive, just to name a few of the things that we've done as of late. We're excited to bring forward an opportunity to make the playground at the Lions Field more inclusive and accessible for all children. While we are fortunate to have the wooden park, as everyone calls it, right over here, the small playground at the Lions Field doesn't have, neither park is designated to meet the needs of children with sensory sensitivities, autism, or other developmental differences. We feel that by adding sensory-friendly features at the Lions Field playground, such as adaptive swings, sensory panels, musical elements, and quiet spaces, we can create a play environment that welcomes every child and every family, not only our year-round residents, but all families, year-round, summer residents, and tourists. This is not just about playground equipment, it's about inclusion, community, and ensuring that all children feel they belong. There are sample ideas in the proposal that I believe each of you have, or should have. These are just some ideas that I pulled off so you guys have a better understanding of what type of equipment is considered sensory friendly. I'm hoping that the Lions Club and the Village can work together to determine the appropriate equipment to meet the needs of our community and fit it in with the existing structures and space that's already there. One thing I want to be very clear is we are not asking the Village to fund any of this project. Instead, we're committed to leading a fundraising campaign, working within the community to cover the cost of these improvements. We see this as a partnership with the Village, where we can bring community support and work with the Village for approval, guidance, and the use of the space, basically. We believe that the Lions Field would be ideal due to the lack of playground equipment that's already there, and the area is already fenced in, which is really important when you have kids with sensory issues like autism. They kind of tend to jolt, and that will kind of keep them corralled in, for a better word. What we are proposing would be in addition to the structures that are already there. We don't want to take away from what Kenny has done there and what the Village has done with the structures that are there. We want to add on to them, make them better. So what we're asking tonight is basically for your support in principle and the opportunity to work together to explore moving this project forward. We have a long history of stepping up for meaningful community initiatives, and we're proud to help lead this effort. With your support, we can create a more inclusive playground that reflects the values of Clayton and benefits families for years to come, basically. So that's what I have. So thank you for your time, consideration. I'll answer any questions that anybody might have.
Does anyone on the board have any questions? I personally think it's a great project, and I would support it. I'm just very happy and thankful that you're thinking of taking on a project like this. I think it's very needed in today's world.
Yes, we agree as well.
Yes.
I think it's a very worthwhile project as well. I was just wondering, what would your vision be for installing any of the equipment that you bought?
Right now, I don't know. So basically, I want to work with the Village to kind of come up with what type of structures to put there. You know, the first thing I envision is new swings, especially. I know there's one over at the Wood Park, one of the big swings that with kids that can't sit up by themselves or strapped in or whatever. Those are very expensive. You know, those are. I was shocked when I was looking at the different things.
And if the cliffs break,
yeah,
they're very expensive. They're not $39.
No,
they're into the hundreds.
Yes.
And that was
so like the swing I have in my proposal there is close to $2,000.
Right.
Which I was shocked. But really, we want to work together to come up with a plan together to say, okay, these are the things that the village approves what we think will meet the budget or where we think we can, raise the funds for it. So we really are open to all ideas and where we want to go with it. So this is basically preliminary.
I think that's a great idea, and I think though as we go forward, we need to work together, put together a plot plan so we know where
Yes.
the equipment will be located, how many where are you proposing there will be, and as Rob said, who's going to install.
Correct,
And
yes.
We need to know for liability issues.
Absolutely.
But that is a multiple use facility there.
Yep.
There are swings, there's there's all the pirate boats and all
Yes,
that kind of stuff. But that's used for many other activities up there, so we want to be careful.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's why I think we need to work together.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
To come up with a plan that we all agree upon, and then let's work towards, okay, this is what we want to do, this is the cost of it's going to be, and then we can go to town fundraising and do what we need to do to get the appropriate funding.
I will also, with your permission, but I think it's a great thing to do, I also include this in, we are updating our LWRP, and we will also put that in there,
Okay.
because we have had conversation about what can we do with the Lions Field more than what's currently being done.
I agree, yeah.
So we can put that in and help you through there. It won't be finished until 3 or 4 more years, unfortunately, but it can help with grant
Yep.
funding for you.
And I don't foresee this
And I don't
happening
see you
overnight.
doing it boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
I
Right.
foresee this
Because of
happening
cost.
maybe in stages, because
Absolutely.
the equipment is so expensive.
Yes,
We
yes.
probably need to involve the youth commission as well in that. Isn't that the clubhouse that they're using?
No, they're not using the clubhouse.
That, then you want
I mean, they're not.
No, no,
I'm talking about
The youth commission.
use of that field. We should probably include the youth commission.
Yeah, possibly for what we're gonna do. But to have a playground, they would be down at other areas. Yes. Super. Any other questions from the board?
I mean, I would say, I think this is a great idea. I think, if this goes well, and I don't think you'll have any problem fundraising for a $1,600 seat. Like, I think you'll have a family donate, plenty for that. I think it's so needed to be inclusive. I would say also, like, if this goes well, there should be adaptations to the wooden park here as well as Zero. Because Zero's pretty small as well, the playground there, and I think there could definitely be added. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited about this. I love this.
Okay.
So continue to put your thoughts together. Reach out to us as you need to, or you want us to get involved, and we'll be there to help you. I could fairly safely say that when it comes time for installation, we will be there for you,
Perfect.
because I know that's a tough part.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Okay,
So, very good. Well, thank you for coming and sharing your ideas with us.
thank you.
Very good. Have a nice evening.
Thanks.
Jeffrey?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for affording me the opportunity to brief you on what's been flowing downhill recently. So, we did have a DEC inspection last Tuesday. They didn't find anything of concern. It was a nice meeting. We met for about 2 hours. We had the director of water quality from DANK join us as well. There was no major concerns discussed. She checked all her data books. We discussed our non-compliance reports over the last, since her last visit, and they all stemmed around the East Union pump station. I have not received her correspondence yet, but I anticipate the letter will include something regarding East Union pump station flow. We did have a rain event last Sunday, if you recall. We received 1.98 inches in one day on Sunday, so that was approximately 2 days before our DEC visit, which was really unfortunate because we did have a plume of fuel oil find our wastewater plant. And by the time we came into work on Monday, it was evident when we got out of our vehicles that we had received something in the plant. So we did some detective work on Monday. We traced it back to Riverside Drive Pump Station. We tried popping over some manhole covers in the street upstream of the Riverside Pump Station, and we lost scent of it. When Paula, our DEC DEC representative came on Tuesday. She as well noticed the smell and contacted the DEC spill response team. Gave them my contact. I have since heard from them. At this point, it's obviously already been through the system and it hasn't continued. So we assumed that perhaps someone's basement got flooded and they may have had some fuel oil on the floor, maybe lost a little in their tank and it ended up in our sewer system. That being said, it does upset the microorganisms within the plant, and so we did have kind of a nasty odor for a few days as our bugs died, and since we've recovered. There has been no plant upset. We've been meeting all of our effluent limits. So we did postpone. We had Fargo Pump Service scheduled to come out last week as well, and they were going to be doing their annual maintenance on all of our pump stations, where he goes around the village for approximately 2 days and dewaters all of our pump stations and cleans all the sludge and silt out of the bottom of them. We have that postponed currently because we were still receiving a lot of groundwater in some of our pump stations last week, and we didn't want to waste this time. During the investigation for the fuel oil spill, we also noticed a cracked pipe inside the West Union wet well pump station. So basically there's a 4-inch discharge line that goes through the wall of the wet well that seems to be cracked right on the elbow where it enters through the wall. I did have Henderson Brothers from Central Square come up last week. They assessed the damage. They are going to be contacting me early this week to propose a cost to come up and fix it. And of course, this is needed for our operations. So I have obviously reserved money in our operations and maintenance budget for events such as this. We're going to be replacing that pipe with an 8-inch Schedule 80 pipe, so it won't be the same steel material that's there now. We talked with Kester. That seems to be the appropriate replacement material that they've been using at some of their pump stations as well. So more to come on that. We also, let's see. That was actually all I had on new news. And then for the report, for last month, I didn't have any action items for the village, and I just wanted to ask if there was any questions that you guys might have pertaining to the report.
I don't have anything for the report. What's happening with the fence that you were gonna get? Is that?
So Dominic at North Country Fence is provided us the quote for materials. That is on the pay app, I believe, this week. So
Okay.
once we get that approved, we'll have the materials and we'll get that together for us, and then we'll pay him for the labor.
Okay.
So that's on the way. And also, I forgot to mention, how do you like that new water pipe over the bridge? That went up pretty quick.
Went up real nice.
Mr. Dupert, it was literally a day after you had commented on that I got the call from the contractor saying, can we do it tomorrow? So it was like that.
Yeah, I was very happy about that.
Yeah, and we dropped everything. We got it done. I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome. As you know, this new pipe is different material from the old pipe. It is pre-insulated and lined with HDPE plastic to repel any salt water. And also the joints on this pipe is a little more, it allows for more flex within each joint the way that they're engineered together. So hopefully this bridge stance will outweigh all of us.
So in the abstract, there's a bill from North Country Fence for $21,27.14, but it doesn't say. It says materials to replace fence at. Is that you?
Yes, that's for the hotel.
Okay.
That's for the materials for the hotel.
So that'll be done shortly.
It will be.
So that rainstorm, we did have overflow.
We did not have overflow.
Wow.
So yeah, it was. We got the alarms. I was actually on the SCADA system on my home laptop and just about ready to call our on-call operator. And just as I called him, he called me and he says he's standing over the manhole right now and it's about 2 inches from going over, and he observed it the whole time. It never overflowed. So it's just the timing of the rain. We were able to just keep pace with it at East Union. So because it was there.
How much rain did we get Saturday? Last Saturday.
Oh, last Saturday.
That just happened. I mean.
Yeah, I'm not certain. I'll have to look back.
You don't track it every day?
Yep.
I only really check it when it's, yeah.
According to what I pumped out of our tin boat, about 8 inches.
I can imagine, yeah. I was in Utica last
Oh, that's
weekend
right,
coaching my
yes.
son's hockey tournament.
Yes.
And then this
Which
weekend
they
I was
won.
in Buffalo coaching our
Yes.
son's hockey tournament.
Yes.
So we finished second this weekend, so.
Jeff is gonna be assisting me, helping. The village, I applied for, it's called DWSP. It's a program put out by the Department of Health to protect your water source. And I decided maybe they offer, quote, free technical assistance, but I thought maybe they would be able to help us with the groundwater. They're not here to help us with infrastructure, it's all about protecting the water. So that would be the St. Lawrence River. And so I thought, well, what's the worst? We spend a little time talking and figuring out there's not much we can do, or maybe there's more that we as a community can do. Yes. Let's see, what else did we have? What's happening with the PFAS these days? Have those requirements been put on the back burner for a little while?
We are still monitoring
Yes.
those elements. In fact, Mike Tracy will be sampling those in our source water this coming month. And so, yeah, we've got a few obscure samples we've got to collect. We've got a radiological sample that we're doing this month. That's every 9 years. We've got our lead and copper kits going out. Some of you may have been contacted by me to collect those kits, so we're in the process of collecting those. But it's all in really understanding your SIDWIS or your SPEDIES permit, and obviously they outline all those sample requirements every year in that.
I just thought something had changed on a federal level that came down to the states about PFAS, but I could have been.
Well, fortunately, I haven't filtered it down to my shoes yet.
Okay.
But yeah, we're still in the monitoring
Right.
phases as far
Well,
as that.
I think it's important,
Yeah.
yes. I know it's expensive, but it's important.
I know right now they're looking a lot at the leachate that's exiting the landfills and entering the wastewater plants for microplastics and
Right.
forever chemicals, and
Yes.
how they can eradicate that. So ultimately, it looks like, as Brian was mentioning, Warnick Pump Station might be having a whole new wastewater plant set up just to treat leachate.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Jeff. Does anyone else have any questions for Jeff? Super, thank you.
All right, it's my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Have a
Good
nice
night.
evening, Jeff. Any questions on the DPW report?
No, I just want to thank Terry for taking care of the library. The ramp on the side looks great. And he also added the strips for traction steps leading up into it.
Is Terry on vacation or something, or is he?
No.
Okay. I got a question for him, I'll just call him and ask him. There was a ladder an extension ladder in the water over the Riverside Drive, over the Riverwalk, in front of Memorial Park there, and I was wondering what that was all about.
When did you take that picture?
Day before yesterday, Saturday or Sunday, I forget. Saturday.
Saturday?
What's that about?
Well, we had the divers down there.
There was nobody around, that's why I was.
I just wonder maybe if they left it.
Are they fixing those ladders?
No.
I thought it might have been a divers, but there weren't anybody around. I was
They'd
looking
all
for air
left
bubbles
and-
and stuff, so
Okay.
I had,
I don't want to bother Terry on the weekend.
I just wanted to ask the board if they were committed to having Terry add more mulch to the park. I know I said something.
I know you
but
said something, and then I received this email twice from a gentleman who's selling the plastic mulch. What do you call it? The plastic mulch?
Yeah.
And blah, 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 summer sale, are you interested? And I said, yes, but I haven't heard back from him, so. I'll
Because
check it out with him and then check with Terry to see where he's at.
But
with
we're all
that.
interested in continue.
Yes, yes,
Because if you go over there, you'll see some of the roots as well.
Yes.
My problem is that almost every place where the kids are coming off a slide rather, there's roots and stuff that really could cause damage to the kids' knees.
Yeah,
And
and it's
then-
currently natural, but we're looking to potentially go plastic?
no, I'm not saying we're just,
It's an option that would stay longer, that's
yes,
for sure.
it'll
Oh,
stay
okay.
longer, and I think it's a little bit easier for the children, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I've been told it was expensive, this guy sends the email, sure,
No.
give us a price, I don't know, I I don't know anything more than that.
Right, well, we
Yes.
already know that the natural, because it can't have anything in it. And so he's been spending a substantial amount for the cedar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad thing to look at alternatives.
Just to see for the future,
Yeah,
yes.
I just don't know, like, what the environmental impact or like, you know, I'm sure just.
I think they use
They use it
rubber
at all the
tires.
state,
So
all
it's
the,
actually in
maybe
the
the
long run, I
tires,
think
okay,
it's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
a good thing.
it's all at the state parks, I know
It's
that.
all really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then, there was part of the, has that been fixed yet? There was part of the slide that was broken over at the, wooden part. Has
Yeah,
it been
yeah,
fixed?
just like-
And when the guys looked at it, they felt that somebody might have taken their foot and really clunked it off. So I'm not asking, or just something to think about. Do we want to have cameras over in those areas? I don't know. You can think about it and we can go from there. Any other questions or comments?
Terry
Yes.
agrees to, about somebody's vacation time?
Yes,
Is that
yeah.
all?
Yes,
It's in the next part.
yes.
I did have an add-on for mulch.
Yeah.
I see that a lot around town, but the mulch is like getting very high up on the tree base, which is
It's not
actually
supposed to.
not good.
Okay,
You're supposed
yeah.
to do a donut and keep the tree base quite actually separated, so I don't know if that's feedback that I should be giving Terry or the gardeners, but I know they're really getting, like, even the one over here, it's
Oh, yeah,
like,
it just gets piled down every year.
it's like probably 2 feet
Yes.
up on the base, which the roots will come back up to the surface and try to reroot, so,
I think it's a good comment
okay,
for the
sure, I'll,
DPW supervisor.
I'll email.
Please. Yeah, I think
And
that's-
then, last year, and I'm not sure if it got fixed, but I think 2 out of the 3 ladders at Frank Park, the swimming area, they've been broken, the bolts are not bolting. I actually witnessed a kid climbing up and he got his foot stuck in it and it's kind of an emergency situation. So I wanted to see if that was on anyone's radar and if,
Been on the radar for a number of years.
oh, okay.
So put it back on, please.
Okay, email Terry? Okay. Because that's quite dangerous,
I don't
and
disagree.
we swim like every other night, and
First of all, that's a no swim.
Yeah, I would, yes, yes.
That's a no swim.
True.
And Trustee McDowell is
That-
correct about
that
that.
ladder is only there for emergencies
Got
in case
it.
somebody falls in the water.
got it. Well, they're not successful for an emergency, so, okay. I guess,
Yes.
why is there no swimming down there?
It's dangerous.
Will we be liable?
Yeah, we'd be
Oh.
liable.
I think if you have a swimming area, a designated swimming area, you have to have lifeguard, all that other
Got
stuff, and you have to have additional insurance and stuff, and so that's why typically you don't want to even put a sign that says no swimming, because that actually says this is a place for swimming.
Yeah,
So it's all kind of convoluted.
interesting. Okay. That's it for me.
So the next item is the approval of Mark Hayes' vacation request. You received Terry's email in reference to that.
I'll make a motion for that.
Right.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. David Wilder, please come up. Thank you.
That's not
Yeah, pass, take one, pass one around.
it. Oh, okay.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I got a report that was issued last week. I've got some supplemental information that's coming around to you for notifications and violations. It's rearing its ugly head, but we'll jump into it. Permitting, pretty light month for June. Had a deck permit and a driveway, some zoning permits, was a gazebo. The fence between the new arts center is coming up right now. I think people have seen that. Got a shed on Mercer, and a deck again on Webb. Sign permits, the Sweet Bar has requested a sign permit on the river side of Riverside Drive. Similar to what Tilt has put up. They put the mural up, and they put the sign in the mural. Sweet Shop wants to do something similar to that. I can see that growing exponentially with the other businesses along the river. So we'll have to just kind of keep a handle on that. I've got some other sign permit stuff that I'll discuss as we discuss the violation things. Site plans that came through, Swan Bay Adventures, which is a multi-family dwelling here on James, 708 and 714. This is not related to Swan Bay Resort in any way. They got conditional approval. They went to the planning board, got conditional approval, and we're waiting additional construction drawings. We've got characterization drawings that render an idea of what they want to do, but not enough detail. There was no conditional approval, but this is something that we're tying to the permit process. So if they come to the building to get building permits, they're going to need these additional drawings. The referral to Jefferson County has come back twice verbally that they want additional drawings. So I'm in discussions with them about what they want to see specifically. So no permit requests at all have come in. I don't know if the property has actually even changed hands yet. This is all a buyer looking to get tentative approval for an idea before he purchases the property and does this renovation. You've got the new dock proposal from Zoller, which is by the existing village dock. We're in some type of review process on that. It's gone through DEC, Corps of Engineers, DOS reviews, has gotten approval. They slipped in the waterfront assessment form in there without our input or review. And then we were told, quote my friend here, too bad, too sad, or too sad, too bad.
Yes.
So we basically came back and said, well, you're not getting a building permit without our review. What can we do? I don't know yet. We're in discussions. I'm in discussions with Doug about it. I'm going to have a meeting with him this week. Realistically, he's got every right in the world to put that dock there. It's in his deed. Physically, it's impossible. There's not enough room to add another dock into that space. I think the docks right now are 50 feet apart from each other. The space where the last village dock and the bulkhead of that swim area, that's not a swim area, is like 45 feet. So you can't put another 8-foot dock in there and have boats in there as well. So this is all, I think, tied to a real estate transaction. So it's still kind of up in the air. No permits have been applied for to the village. So there's a lot of hypothetical going on right now. But we're trying to see what we can do. Per code, docks, marinas, docks fall within the definition of marinas and are subject to site plan review. So that is our position. If anybody comes forward, we're gonna follow up in that capacity. Nothing for the zoning board, nothing for the planning board, minimal fees collected, as you can see. Some of the things that are coming up, and this is something that Rob had asked me to, reminded me that I owed him, was the notice of violation. So I provided that. This is what is going to go out when we get into problematic properties. The second page of that handout supplement was our process right now is when we get a complaint, go look at the property, contact the owner, typically by phone, and do the good hands. Hey, can you clean up your property type thing, or remove these boats that have been sitting here for 10 years. So that's been going okay. Some places it's not. We had to send out a registered letter today for a property on Riverside that refuses to respond in any way. So we developed this notice of violation that we're gonna send out. Again, verbal first, 2, 3 times, don't get anything, then we start doing the notifications. Now, here's the sticky wicket that we've discussed multiple times, is what do we do about enforcement? Okay, fines, things like that. That is a board, in my mind, that's a board determination to come up with. What do we want to do about fines? What do we want to do about committing DPW to clean up some of these properties? And how do we bill the property owner? So I don't know if we have a separate forum discussion before the next before the village board meeting or not. I'll leave that up to you. But I need guidance and direction so I can start doing some type of enforcement. So that is my request. Signs, okay? Signs are going to take me to my grave. We have signs that show up, posted, put into ground, put on buildings, no permits. You know, what is my capacity to deal with that, other than I send a letter saying, oh, by the way, you owe us $50 for a sign permit, and oh, by the way, your sign is bigger than what's allowable in the district, which I found out today. We have 2 of them that were sent to me saying, could you look at these? So I've got, they're going to have to go to a variance from the existing sign that's already up. And we've got people like, the sweet shop who came to us and said, we want to put a sign up. What do we do? Most people do, but we've got drive through the neighborhood and there's signs everywhere that are out of compliance. And I don't know what to do about existing signs out of compliance. New signs out of compliance, I can say go to the board and request a variance. You get a yay or you get a nay, and that resolves it for me. But these other signs, we need to come up with an approach to manage these, because I just see Riverside being a commercial nightmare in my mind. And we're tilted. Some people like, some people don't like. But that's not for me to say. But for me, I have to be able to enforce signage. And just needs to work.
Now, those 2 properties that you're referring to.
Yes. On State Street.
On State Street.
Boatyard. Boatyard actually is 32 square feet and they're allowed 32 square feet.
But they never.
They never applied
Right.
for the
So
permit.
I would send them a letter and an application
Yeah, that's what I'm
with a
doing.
sticky note or a note that says, needs to be returned to me by such and such a date.
Right.
I would do the same for the other building
Breath
also.
for Serenity, they have 2 signs.
Right.
I measured the one, the other one I couldn't get to because it's up high
It's
on
over
the
the
building.
building.
So I'm assuming if it's the same size as the one that they have out on the street, which it looks like, they're 27 square feet in a 24 square foot allowable area. So I'll send them.
I would do the letter and,
Yeah, I'm going to.
and again
I'm
with
going
the
to.
note saying,
But-
needs to be in compliance by such and such and,
Okay,
all right,
back to my
yes.
main question. What do I do about the other 50 that are out there in the village?
Is there 50 really?
I don't know. I'm just saying, there's a lot of them.
I think the letter needs to start with notice of violation, just like these, and explain to them, this is what you need to do to fix the violation, just like Nancy said. You have this amount of time to get it fixed. Simple as that, send the letter. I think we'll get more response from that than anything else. The other thing that we are seeing more and more of also is on public property, pavers and whoever else is selling something is putting a yard sign in.
Yep.
And they don't belong on public property. That's state law. That's not our law. That's state law.
And that individual has been addressed a number of times. And this sign has been picked up and put over. He has had phone calls about it. And the next time, probably tomorrow, the sign is going to disappear and be stored in a particular office.
And so if they want to, what other municipalities are doing is just collecting them and bringing them in to the town office or village office and saying, your signs are here, they are where they don't belong. If you want them, you have 5 days to pick them up. If you don't, they'll be in the trash.
And we have done that in the past because we had a couple of offenders that they had signs everywhere. And what was done was exactly as you said, and it worked. This other one just continues to replace because they don't, yes.
I think that we seriously need to start enforcing fines. Because if we don't fine anybody for anything, nobody's going to pay attention to it anyway. Because there would be no enforcement. And we haven't done that, and that's why we're in this position. So I think we initially got to do what Bob just said, but in that, follow through. If it's in 30 days, we give them to do it. There's a fine after that 30 days.
Our ordinance says there are. It's $250 or some days in jail or whatever is what our ordinance actually says.
I do feel that the yard sign situation has improved greatly.
It has.
That one has improved. We have one continuous offender. And
So
it
what if
makes me
someone-
crazy.
So what if someone doesn't pay their fines? Like, how does he take action then?
Then you have to take them to court. And then you have to bring in your village lawyer to do all that.
I think like that's what you're asking, right? Like, what support
Yeah,
do
what
you
if-
after that point?
What teeth do I have other than threatening?
Well, the point is we start with the letters.
Yes.
And then if you make one or two attempts and you still don't get anything, that's what we said to Mike earlier, then come to the board and say, I'm done everything
That's
I
fine.
can do,
Yep.
what do you want, how far you want to take this? And
Yeah.
we may say, let's go to court.
Yeah.
And I think those two will fall into line,
Yeah.
those two
I-
signs.
I'm not too worried about that.
That one, I'm not sure.
I was talking also about what he was saying, people doing a project and not even going for a permit, or even asking whether or not they need them. I can see justification for a DIYer that goes and does something, replaces a window or whatever. But as far as a contractor doing the job, they know, and they should be fined immediately for no permit. Even if we say, well, it looks like you didn't get a permit, there should be a fine attached to that immediately. That's going to bring them to the table where the next time they're not going to do that.
And I
That's
think,
the only way it's going to do it.
I think some of that is also determined by us as the board member. When we see this around the village, email and send it to codes and zoning. That's what I do. This needs some attention, please get it taken care of. I know certain people think that the code should be out, driving up and down the streets and whatnot. Yes and no, but they have a job, they have a lot of paperwork to do in here, et cetera, et cetera. And they could miss something also.
Sure, but there's also the complaint.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And the
I
complaint
don't
comes into him,
disagree
and
with
then
you.
he needs to be able to do it. And I think that's where we need to have a procedure, not just say, okay, well, 1 or 2 times we get a hold of them. I think we give them a procedure that the first time is a call, the second time is a letter, the third time's a fine, and the fine will be daily until it's correct.
Well, there's your procedure right there. Yeah. No, it's simple, and that's all it needs to be, is simple, it needs to be
That way
followed.
it takes them, they don't have to try to come up with a
Yes.
procedure themselves.
Yes.
It should be written right down. And then he can send the procedure right to the person in violation.
Right, I just wrote that note down.
No, that garage is, what is the street next, the boatyard is here. That street, is that like Mercer Avenue?
The boatyard?
Oh, next to
The boatyard restaurant,
The one that
One?
took a barn?
yes.
Yeah.
Is that the same guy that we told him to take it down because it was too
It was
close?
too close, yeah.
Okay,
We
but-
had to move it. He did,
Yes, he did move it and it's going up.
yeah. He's permitted.
That's what I wanted.
We have a couple of hedges that I think was in notification, right?
Yeah, I talked
And
to Mike
there's, and
about
they're
that
basically
today.
a safety issue is what
That's
we're
correct.
worried about.
Yes.
They should be, that should be moved forward. I know they haven't
Yeah.
done anything yet, I'm not sure where.
Well, he talked to him again today, I believe.
I bet good,
Yes.
because that is a safety issue.
That's
and
very
they should
much
be-
of a safety issue. And we've got a number of even trees and other bushes within the community that you can't see left or right
Yeah,
coming out where, yes.
Let's go back to what Ron said earlier about implementing the fines, is we already set the precedent here, because our water bill says if you pay it on the due date, it's this much, if you don't pay it on the due date, it's more money. So if they come to you after the fact for a building permit, there's $100 fine that's attached to that,
immediately,
immediately.
yeah.
You want this permit, you're gonna pay the fine, because you didn't do it, and here's the fine. So I think we need to make that part of our ordinance, and then say, this is the way it's gonna be.
And
Or
you
just
know
make
darn
it
well,
Is it 100 or is it
That
250?
information is
whatever
going to
you
get
want,
out.
I don't
think
Right?
it's fair.
He doesn't want to make
Information will get out immediately to everybody else.
I go with
If you use that
250,
money-
because isn't that pretty standard within our code?
Yeah, 250. There's a 250
There-
fine,
All
right?
right,
Exactly.
Stick with that, yes.
going once, going twice, 250.
Love it.
You come to us after the fact for a
Sold.
building permit, that's the way it's gonna be.
Yes.
Okay.
And they'll do it once, and I don't think they'll do it too many times. I just have one question about the zoning board of appeals. I understand Steve Mack is leaving,
Yep.
and that the board would like to nominate Nick Reddick, who's a really sharp young guy. And I would be in support of Nick being we're gonna.
Well, according to the IMA, if we follow the IMA, the board does, both the town and the village board do not have a say in it. That is determined by the supervisor and the mayor.
So just tell me it's.
No, I understand,
We're
and I
going to
have,
Nick Reddick.
and I have sent that email out to the neighboring bodies, and it was on my list to talk about. But this, July will be Steve's last meeting, and then Nick will become the next chairperson.
He's already on it, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked to him for a couple of months to do that.
He took a really crappy house.
Good. That's what we need.
Okay, any other questions for me? All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Any questions on the police report?
Other than that, we just seem to give a lot of warnings, and I don't know if we ever give any tickets. All these
In the
vehicle
police
warnings for
or-
violation, I've gone back over several months, and we give warnings. It's an opportunity for income.
Also, why is there warnings in the first place? I was talking with my group of friends and they were like, yeah, I got a ticket, but it was just a warning.
No, that would be the courtesy, is it the courtesy parking ticket?
Yes, but why would you even do that?
Because we're friendly towards.
Okay, all right. Good reminder.
But that's the meter maids that are doing
Yeah.
it. This
Okay.
is the police I'm talking about.
Okay.
Well, like I've recommended numerous times, would you go talk to him? Because you ask us questions that we can't answer, only he could answer. So that would be my suggestion. Because I don't know. I know a lot, but I don't know. Okay. On to the consent agenda. Any questions, comments about that? If not, could I have a motion for numbers 1, 2, and 3?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I can second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. And capital projects. Could I have a motion to accept that?
I can make a motion to accept the capital projects.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Joanne?
Yeah, I just have the local law number 4 on the agenda to override the tax levy limit, so, it's officially rescinded.
Okay.
You guys make a motion and it'll be.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. And we need a motion to accept the financial reports for May of 2026.
I'll make it.
In a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, let's see, what did I have to say to all of you? Let's see. This week on Wednesday, the 24th, the U.S. Brig Niagara, which is a 98-foot boat, will be coming into the dock for 3 days. It's more of a, well, I think more like a tall ship, and they're coming in for that. Let's see. The Tilt Discovery Center opened on Friday. If you've never been to it, it's a nice little trip. It's very nice, yes. The Opera House installed 2 new doors. There was a dedication for those doors last Tuesday. And the doors are much lighter to open and close. They're nicer doors, yes. Let's see, we had the Tilt Picnic. That was very successful, beautiful night, gorgeous night. We have the fireworks on the 3rd of July. And on this coming Saturday, we will have a dedication at 11 o'clock. You all will receive an email, dedication for Mayor Zimmer and the Riverwalk. And that will take place at Frink Park at 11 o'clock.
What day?
Saturday, I believe it's the 27th.
Yeah.
There's also a show,
What time?
11 o'clock. Yeah. And you all will get an email for your invitation. Let's see, we have a joint meeting on the 7th, which is a Wednesday, the 7th of July at 5 o'clock. And we sent you the IMAs, Joanne did. If you would look them over, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to.
What IMAs?
The IMA is just the final version of the IMAs.
I didn't see it.
They should have come last week, maybe like Friday.
What month was the joint meeting?
The month is July 7th.
So it's not Monday the 6th,
That's correct. It's,
the 7th at 5?
wait, hold on.
Sorry.
It's a Wednesday.
13th, for some reason.
Board town meeting on the Wednesday the 8th.
Yes, so it's Wednesday the 8th. I was incorrect about the
Okay.
7th.
Okay, I got the.
Yes, it's Wednesday the 8th.
At Zero Park.
Yes,
Great,
that is correct, at 5 o'clock.
great.
And I don't know if they want to be, to officially accept all the new documents, but Joanne sent them all out to you on Friday for you to relook at, or
I
Thursday.
think she did.
Think I forwarded the email to them where
I got it.
Mariah sent me, where she made the changes, because they were all, they were all theirs, except for the historian, which we already approved, that's for next year. So she made all the changes, and I believe I forwarded that email. If I
Yeah, you
did
did.
not, I will.
Friday you should have, I believe it was.
Did you get?
It's
got
about
it.
quarter time or I updated.
Yes.
Yep.
Do we have a ship coming
Did I miss you?
while the fireworks are happening?
Well, you know what? Let me check
That was
my
kinda
junk
sad
mail
last
because
year.
you guys have sent me
Don't
stuff
even.
before.
I know, but it was, I was hoping they would come.
They're up there and not straight
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, but also, I don't know, it was just a weird,
Did I last year?
No,
Those are
they're
weird.
not. They won't be in
Okay.
this.
I'll just forward it to you.
Oh, okay, so I did miss them?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
On July 2nd at 3 p.m., there'll be a dedication of the Rotary Park docks to Louis Montani. We'll send out a notification about that also. The Central Housing Project received the $1 million grant from North Regional
Nice.
Border. So that we now have $2 million for infrastructure, which is great, and Dank is helping us. There's some funding out there that can help us with houses. So Dank is helping us with that, which is very nice. And last but not least, the Art Center opened today. There were no construction trucks out there. It was beautiful. It is a lovely site. If you know, I highly recommend everyone to go in and see. It is a very nice building, and they really did need it. It was just very challenging for the last year and a half, but it is done. So, again, it was a very, very nice ribbon cutting, wasn't it, Meredith? They did a great job, and so happy for them, happy for the village. We're good to go for that one. And what else is there? That's all I have for right now. Meredith, do you have anything you'd like to share?
I'll just second that. The opening was amazing. The Discovery Center is really cool. If you have kids, you should go for Tilt. For the Art Center, there is our largest gallery opening this Wednesday, which will have drinks and some apps, and has like 140, 50 pieces of artwork. The biggest event they do all year. It is a ticket event if you're not a member. So $20 ahead, but totally you should go with that. There will not be tours then. If you want to go to get a tour, you go on Saturday for the Summer Arts Kickoff. It's an incredible building. I mean, it's like spotless.
It really is
It's
nice.
like classrooms. There's a really amazing boardroom that they do want people to rent out. So if you know anybody looking for like a boardroom space, it's gorgeous. And then I hand out my flyers. I only got a few snarly residents that met me at their door for the flyers around lawn clippings, but overall was successful on my end.
I did not meet my homework assignment, I will say that much. I did have someone who we all know came up to me and she said, "We got this flyer on our door. Did we do something wrong?" And I said, no, you didn't do anything wrong, everybody's kidding me. Oh, okay, good. Bob, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I did my flyers the next day, and they're all out. I didn't hear anything. Of course, I went early in the morning before everybody was.
I caught some people on their lunch break.
Yes.
Kept the prowler at 4 a.m.
Yeah, right.
I did my homework also. I had one person say something about a boat in the road, so I'm going to get that going.
On Strawberry Lane,
At Strawberry and the Wahoo. It's an unplated
it's an unplated
boat
boat,
that's
yes.
been parked there for weeks.
It has been parked there for
So
weeks,
that's going to be.
yes. Yeah, because there is no, is it even registered?
I didn't know specifically, just a trail.
Yeah, no, it's
No plate on the trail.
yes.
But it does slow cars down, so there's a conflict with the homeowner who's talking about it because he likes that it's slowing cars down. That is part of it. Yeah, and that was his other comment, is it's really quick on the end of Strawberry because it's a shortcut kind of around the rest of the village. The other thing I had was the library is kicking off their summer program, and they have 300 gift certificates from stewards, so a lot of incentive for the kids to be at the library and reading books,
Nice.
and you get some nice good students. Cool. That's all.
I also got the flyers out and had a few comments, but most everybody understood. And they've already heard the majority of the comments, so thought it was good. No negative. And I have no reports on zoning, planning, but really comment.
And we're still moving ahead with the LWRP, which our next core meeting, I think is,
So,
yeah, that's set, the 8th, I think it's the 8th. If you could join us on that, that would be good. And we have the joint meeting that night, and essential housing is moving forward very nicely. We're moving ahead with that.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Did we get any pushback with the moorings price increase?
St. Lawrence River, or St. Lawrence, yeah, they purchased 4 moorings, and then we had issues today.
Well, that was, she was just worried
No,
about
I
the
know.
pricing.
Yeah, so, but he did say that, the issues that were going on, and the price was doubled, he should be protected or whatever, but anyways, no, not at all. I mean, he thought it was high, but he paid it.
I did notice noticed that there's 3 sailboats down there and it looks gorgeous up there. Without having one.
Restoration.
Down at the end of
On
Union
this
Street?
side or that side?
Yes.
Washington side.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Washington.
Well, what about on the other side? Is there any purchase?
No.
No?
I think what's happened is just observing everything, is that a lot of those barges went to Cape Vincent.
No?
Because a lot of the barges down there were by Seaway, at the end of Union, in that bay where Seaway Marina. I don't believe that Steve Doors put a barge in this year, or he's
He's on Bryson.
he's not keeping it.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he wasn't getting one, yes.
He wasn't getting one.
So, as much as we've enjoyed having Seaway Marina here, they're doing fabulous business down in Cape and really cleaning things up nicely.
Well, I like the looks of having sailboats out there.
I do.
And I think it looks very nice.
I do too.
I didn't know that was gonna be the consequence of our fee increase, but
I don't think so. I think the bulk of those barges were Seaway Marine, and they've moved so much of their operation to Cape Vincent.
okay.
It's my observation. I don't think it's a pushback, because if they needed them here, they'd have them here.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a
You're
pushback.
doing a lot.
Yes, yeah, they're doing a lot of work down there now, absolutely. So we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll put a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 3 minutes.
Bob, would you turn off the microphone? I have an email I'd like to read to everybody that just came in. Please.
So, oh, the Louis thing,